Welcome to the Edge Method. This is your way of positioning. I have put together this presentation to show you an easy 4 step on what you can do to start positioning yourself. Positioning is always your platform. This is where you will stand. This is where you will be to have your support while you're positioning on your platform. Just know it's the unshakable ground where your vision meets your marketplace. This is the platform where your stage, if you will. This is where you will be standing. This is where you need to be sure you're putting all the right pieces in place. You are not skipping any steps, and that you are making sure you have a stable foundation to support all of the weight that you will be putting on this platform. So let's get into the edge. What is the edge? Let's get into the E. Excavate. Excavate, that's known as you're digging, you're discovering, you're looking for certain things. So we're going to get into excavate. It's the strategic discovery of your highest value market signal. Now, the savvy insight is generalism is noise. Positioning is the high frequency signal that cuts through a crowded marketplace. Now, we're saying a marketplace, but in today's world, the marketplace is social media, your internets, what I call the digital streets. So, social media. When you're in this place, you have everyone that's on there. They are doing videos, they're sharing posts, they're talking about what they do, what you could buy from them, what framework they've put together, all of these different things that you could purchase from them, or there's a freebie for you to download, which of course it upsells. Now let's get into the D, distill. This is the strategic extraction of your core value by stripping away the noise of generalism. So, what would that look like for you? Complexity is a structural weakness. If your message is cluttered, your platform will collapse under the weight of market confusion. So, really think about that. So, you notice that I have some of the words in orange in a different color to kind of stand out. Structural weakness. We talked about this a little while ago about building that stable platform, making sure you're not skipping any steps and that you are following your step by step process and not trying to speed the process up by jumping ahead or this doesn't matter or I could get to this later. Follow those step by step processes to understand what you need to do for your business, not necessarily what you see what someone else is doing. So let's get into the noise. We talking about, what could be that thing, the generalism, what's putting you out there, where you're putting too much information. This is an example of the noise. If someone comes to you and they want to know, hey, what do you do if you're at a networking event or even, some other type of conference or summit and you're talking, you're networking with people, you don't want to get too deep into what everybody else is saying and trying to explain. You want to keep it really simple so they can hear what you are saying and not the noise of everything. So here's a good example. I run a branding firm called Seven Media Group where we help businesses with their visual identity, marketing strategies, and internal workflows to ensure they are more efficient and consistent in their growth. So now that we said all of that, how much of that will you remember to say, all right, hey, let's have a discovery call, or when can we set up a meeting? So the signal here, what is the signal? Keeping it short and sweet. We align your brand's promise with your company's performance. Huh. Now that can pique interest, that can open up the door to ask more questions, to lengthen the conversation, and possibly let's go ahead and get on the calendar right now to set up a consultation or how you could really help me and we could possibly move forward with um my brand promise and my company performance. So, to be clear, I put both of them on one slide so you can see them next to each other. So you can see the very short and sweet. We align your brand's promise with your company's performance, keeping it short and sweet instead of the noise of everything else you're trying to lay out and outline for someone. So the G in edge is gauge. You're going to gauge and understand. Yes, gauge is okay. What is that gap? How can I measure what those things are? Identifying the profitable gap between what the market promises and what the customer actually experiences. So, with your gauge, this is where you can slide in and see what your competitors are not doing and how you can do them or improve what the audience is really looking for. So this could be, maybe your competitors are lazy, maybe they're not opening their eyes to the market, maybe they're just in the digital streets looking for what everyone else is doing, and oh, I can do it better. Let me go ahead and make my stuff look really, really pretty, and this is what we're going to do. So the last is embody. The total alignment of your external brand promise with your internal operational performance. Stand where you are, embody where you are. That is what we're going to do. What aligns with what your expertise and what you can offer. Positioning is a promise kept. What are you offering? The customer service, if you have a product or a service type of business, what is your promise? What is that service that you or product that you are offering? That is your promise, that I'm going to give you a product or a service to help you with whatever that problem is that they have. Now, to go just a tad bit deeper, I put back the signal, and to show you and expand on it just a little bit. We align your brand's promise, like I just said, with your service or product that you're offering, with your company's performance, your operations. So tying these two together and not continuously keeping them separate is what you would need to do. Your brand promise, yes, that's your product, what you're offering. It looks all pretty. You have all of the great visuals, all of these different things, promo commercial, all of these things that you have that looks, really enticing and engaging for your for the audience, your customers. But how is the operations? What do the operations look like? This is what most operations look like, right? We're out there, we're saying we do all of these things, but behind the scenes, we're all over the place. Here you're in a sinking hole. In this sinking hole, same thing. You're trying to find your way out of it, but this is what we tend to look like in front of everybody. This is we're pristine. We have it together. We're going to do all these different things. This is what you are putting out there with everybody. But the reality is, this is what we really look like. Aligning your brand promise, which again is your commitment, with your company's performance, the execution. And I'm putting this out there. I know I've had it on quite a few slides here, but it's just constantly putting that in front of you, that your brand promise and your company performance goes hand in hand. This is where you are solving the integrity gap, the space between what you say and what your systems can actually do. So just always keep this in mind on how can you position yourself? What are those things that you are doing to put yourself out there and not being your typical car salesman out there just selling, 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 selling? What can you offer? What is that brand promise? So to position yourself, you're going to do some of the simplest things that you're doing and some of the things you're currently doing, but you're really not utilizing those things to position yourself. One of the simple things could be, go get you a professional photo shoot. It doesn't have to be, all huge, big, glamorous, but you need some professional photos. And if you have the opportunity to, use different facial expressions, different positions, sit down, stand up, arms folded, all these different things, but don't get hung up on the whole arm folded, professional look or the finger under your chin type of position. Created a magazine. I have created an international digital magazine. It has been viewed in over 30 countries. Is not about, again, sell, 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 sell. Within these, each one of the publications, there was information for business owners and professionals to help them with a problem. And whether it was operations, whether it was social media, it was sharing stories, it was talking about other people, how to be productive. In As a business owner, you can feel lonely. So it's like, because you're always, have to, get certain things done, or you're working with a client, you have to get a project done, you have to put things together. So you can't go out as much as you would like to do or how you used to do, because you're on top of your game, right? So position yourself, create different covers, connect with different people, partnering with different people, making sure you have a podcast, inviting those people on, have fun with it, laugh with them, and just do all these different things that you could do within your business. When you have a podcast, put it on different platforms, advertise those platforms. Now that you're on these different platforms, it should be on your social media, your website, on your media kit, everything that you have. You are a part of these brands, so now advertise that. Do not miss the opportunity to say, I'm on these different platforms, because you never know who is going to listen. Where market visibility meets operational integrity, make sure you take advantage of the opportunities you have multiple interviews on media platforms, and connecting and partnering with different people, making sure that you're able to be in front of a camera and have these interviews. In the community, what can you do? Going back to schools when they have different projects or opportunities for you to speak to students, be a part of that. Have events, connect with the people that's at those events, talking to those people that's at those events. Just again, taking the opportunity that is always in front of you. Turning expertise into an undeniable market standard. Create programs. What can you do to build your platform, to let people know you're out there? What can you do? What are some of the things that you can do? Have workshops where you're teaching people about those certain things, your expertise and the different things that you're doing. Have those workshops. Partner, collaborate with the people, get connected with the people, and not just always there with your hand out. Give back to them, let them know that you are really appreciative of the opportunities as you are given. Positioning the promise, engineering the platform, working with multiple brands, partnering with them, speaking events, creating brands, working with different people on their visions and things that they want to do. So just putting yourself out there and working with as many brands as you can. And even though, yes, a lot of brands will be your clients, but there are some brands that you can work with to partner, collaborate with. So just always keep those in mind. Be creative. So, as a podcast host, as a creator of a magazine brand, what is the creativity? What can you do to step up, a little bit, to say, okay, let me do something different. Let me add something on there. Creating characters. What's the message behind those characters? Attending events. Don't be shy about boasting and bragging about what you do and who you're doing it with. So, attending these events, connecting with women, sitting out there with women and letting them know that, hey, these are the things that we can do. These are some of the things we could partner with. Getting recognized is one of the top things that you really want to do. Stay on top of those things. It's positioning, and just always remember, positioning is not bragging. Positioning is putting yourself in a place where you are visible, where people see you. And just keep in mind, when people see you, it's not always about sharing, likes, click, and all of these different things. People will scroll and still watch you, and you get emails and different things where people are recognizing and giving you acknowledgments of different things because they see the work that you are doing, and you never knew that they were watching you. Getting recognized. Top 10 emerging change management company. Top 10 organizational development service providers. The top 10 most pioneering women leaders revolutionizing digital transformation. Again, acknowledgement. These are the things that you want to do to position yourself. It's not bragging, you are positioning yourself and you are being visible. Asking for reviews. Do not be shy about asking for reviews. Being a part of various organizations, when you can show that you have A rating with the BBB as an accredited business, that is huge. That's positioning. You're positioning yourself. Being able to have 3 stars from the BBB by holding an A rating. This is, why wouldn't you add this to it, right? These are some of the things that's going to help with that platform and let it stand strong. Having 2 awards from the BBB, win of distinction. These are some of the things that you want to do. It's helping you to stand up there. It's creating these brands and creating these different things. Creating a brand, the marketing studio globally was the only woman owned marketing studio in the world that was created that focuses on branding and operations, not website logos, colors, and all these other typical things that people look at when they get ready to start a brand, but focusing more on how are you going to operate? How are you going to be able to stand in that space and do the work that you need to do? To go a step further, if you really want to know, is your performance matching your promise? Here is a 10-minute positioning audit that you can take to understand where you are and how your business is leaking profits. Scan this QR code, and so you can get this PDF to understand where you are. Keep in mind that you have to get somewhere, you have to start somewhere, and always remember, positioning is not bragging. Positioning is not bragging. So keep that in mind and know that this is the edge method that's going to get you there, and understand how you can be positioned.